Welcome to another episode of the 2-for-1 podcast. I'm your host, Dion, and alongside me, as always on a Monday night, my fellow co-hosts are here, joining me live from the state where they're selling ice cream out of cars made out of snow. It is the one, the only, the Nate. Mr. Taylor, how are you, sir?
What's wrong with you?
I've been trying to figure it out for a long time. It's still unclear, but how are you doing today?
Where did you look this information up from? And is this true?
It is true. I just Googled New Jersey.
Cars made out of snow?
A car made out of snow, and they're selling ice cream out of it. I don't know, man. I don't know what they got going on.
Anyways, our co-host today is on drugs. Hi, Josie.
Hey, Josie. Joining us live from the hometown of the first black woman to play for the U.S. Olympic hockey team. It is Mr. Josiah Cook. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, good afternoon, Hoop Talkers. That's going to be my new slogan at the beginning of this. So I just want to get that in there.
All right. Well, fellas, All-Star Weekend has come and gone. I don't want to spend too much time belaboring it because every pod has probably already gotten their takes off about it. But definitely wanted to have you guys just share your thoughts about the weekend. I think we'll go in reverse order. We'll talk about the game itself first. I guess the four different quarters that we saw on Sunday night. So I just off the top, I think the effort level was obviously like the big talking point heading into the game. And you guys tell me if you feel different, but I was pretty satisfied with the level of competition, the level of effort. I mean, Wemby obviously set the tone, and I think everyone followed. But this is everything I could have asked for from just like a participation level from the All-Stars in the game. I don't know if you guys felt any differently.
Participation-wise, I thought the standout, I guess, exception would be Jokic and Luka, who did get called out at the beginning of the weekend, by the way. Yeah. There's some injury concerns there. Luka hasn't played. Jokic has been, playing, but he's been battling through something. So I thought that was kind of strange. And then if you look at it as a whole team world, kind of, 4 out of 5 of their best players didn't really play. So that was the only thing from that. Aside from that, like all the American guys, it was awesome. Great seeing Ant, great seeing, Kawhi go off. Really fun. I thought it was a nice game.
Luka didn't play, I thought.
He was out there.
He played 5 minutes.
For a hot second. Yeah, he was out there for a hot second. Yeah.
Because maybe I'm like not remembering.
He only played in the first game. He played that first stint.
Oh, the first 5 minutes?
Right.
Oh, I got home I missed the first 5 minutes. I was late to go.
Yeah, you missed the entire.
That's why I didn't see Luka. I watched that and then I turned it off at the beginning of the fourth game, which was I missed a little bit here and there. Like I wasn't attentively watching the whole thing,
right?
But I did say initially, like to you, I said this is boring. Like I didn't really like this. The effort did turn it up. I thought that third game was by far the best when Kawhi went off for 20 and was just carrying the team on his back.
That was one of the craziest heat checks I've ever seen. 11 straight points.
At the end, it was really tight too. Like the finish of that, like you could tell the guys didn't want to lose that game. Right. I thought that was fun. And then the next game was just the complete opposite. But I thought overall it was a win. It was a win for All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, absolutely a move in the right direction. I thought moving forward, like the 3 teams thing, I didn't really love that. I'd love to see 2 teams, but I think the trade-off for that is like they were able to play like the 4 quarters, and I think the players do prefer that. It's more of like a pickup basketball kind of feel to it. So I guess there's trade-offs there, but I would love to see them, even if it's USA versus World. I'd rather it just makes more sense. Like it's just less confusing for the viewer when this like this weird round robin situation. But other than that, like I thought the format was really solid. It seemed to definitely up the effort level. So. Do you guys think they bring like USA versus World back next year?
I think they definitely do. I don't see any reason why not to. I agree. I think going to 2 teams would be fine. What I wanted to ask you, I think this has been asked to pretty much everyone. Do you think it was more so the World versus USA thing that ignited the players to play harder, or do you think it was the overall stigma around the All-Star Weekend and the kind of bad PR that it had really been getting the past 2 years, like where it had gotten really bad?
I don't know, Josie. Where do you land?
To me, it was neither factor. It was Wembanyama kind of laying down the I'm going to try in this game. And if you're not going to try, I'm going to beat you. And that really kind of flowed through, I think. So to me, that's where it started. I don't know if World versus USA motivated him to say that, but
I think the World versus USA totally motivated the other players, though, at least to some extent, no?
Yeah, probably a little bit. But yeah, it was definitely Wemby setting the tone right off the rip especially because he's the type of player too, where obviously he can stand out in a pretty easy way. So if he's given more effort level than everyone else, it stands out. And we saw in those first few possessions, I think he took the first 4 shots for Team World. And he was really setting the tone. So it definitely all started there. I think there's a little bit to be said about like USA versus World. It was a little anticlimactic to see it come down to USA versus USA, I guess. But
right, that's another thing.
That's why I just wanted the two teams. I guess you are right in that, because I think the stigma, or not the, I don't want to say stigma again. I think there comes like, I guess, a bad rep you get for making yourself look bad in front of a young player. Like KD doesn't want to get shown up by Victor Wembanyama. I'm sure sure the same thing with Kawhi Leonard. I'm sure that's why Kawhi was trying so hard. I'm sure that's why, LeBron was giving more effort than he does in regular season games half the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess you're right in that, and the fact that having a guy like Wemby really does actually motivate the players in a way that they wouldn't be otherwise, because they do have a reputation to protect. And I think at the end of the day, even if people don't have egos, the players want to look like the best on the biggest
definitely
stage.
egos.
I'm gonna say even if some players don't, I know a lot of players do. Like KD has a massive ego. I think we all know that.
I think they're professional athletes. I think it's safe to say that they all have egos to get to that level.
Yeah, I don't think Jokic has an ego at all.
Okay, all right, yeah, fair enough. But he didn't really play all that hard in the game.
Well,
so
that's my point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
But we talked about on this podcast Anthony Edwards not trying in this kind of environment, right? So he even said the day before that it wasn't the format that motivated him. He's like, it's not going to change. He said that, and then all of a sudden he comes out after Wembanyama's penning his shit off the backboard. So, I mean, hey, props to Wemby. I love what Wembanyama does for the NBA. He's going to be a great guy for years to come.
Yeah, I mean, to talk about a guy like that, for him to be an ambassador for the league too, is just huge for a guy that actually, I think, people being upset with Jokic, you have a right to have a bit of a gripe with him. I think it sucks that the best player in the world who draws all this attention on him doesn't really have any interest in promoting the NBA.
You would think he would be the exact type of player to like come out in this type of game and just fuck around and throw all kinds of crazy passes. He just has like no level of interest. Like DeMarcus Cousins asking him questions at the press conference was like the most excited he got all weekend.
Well, even him talking about his horse racing, and I hate to do that stupid. Oh, he loves horses more than basketball, because I think that's stupid. But
I don't think that's inaccurate. I mean, I think he enjoys that more. To be honest, I don't think it's that crazy.
But I think he's a big competitor, and I think he sees this as not real competition partly, and he's just like, someone made a good point that a lot of the Europeans and the way they're just like brought up in basketball is that it's a team game. You celebrate team accomplishments. You don't celebrate the individual things you don't really care about. I think Jokic wants to win MVP because he's a competitive player and he wants to win MVP and he wants to be the best player. But I don't think he's doing it out of wanting all this spotlight and these accolades and everything. I think it's literally out of Jokic just wanting to be the best because he wants to be the best at everything that he does. The same with his horse racing and why he gets so emotional and invested into it, because it's part of his life. It's part of his culture. It's really, I think, just baked into his DNA. And that's the unfortunate part, because I really just don't see it changing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the good thing is we have every other game that he plays and that he is fucking fantastic.
Exactly. That's why I'm not saying that he's like bad for the NBA at all. He's great for the NBA. He just he could be that much better.
Yeah,
exactly.
But overall, huge win for the league. I think definitely, hopefully sets a precedent moving forward, and we can build off of this moving forward, and we don't like teeter back into whatever the hell was going on when it was like 210 to 196 or whatever that was. That was insane. But it was very, very encouraging to see games play out the way it did.
I was annoyed to see Jalen wasn't more aggressive, because I was hoping he would be, and he was totally just letting all the old heads get their shots up and just chilling back. Yeah. He was not. He took one shot in the first game, and then the second it was just like.
Yeah, he was kind of just out there, to be honest.
I haven't seen
Jalen Brunson, a player like that, like the All-Star game's not really built for a 6'1".
No, I know, I get it.
I get it. I mean?
I get it.
So
I get it.
The other Jalen, though, it looked like he wanted to take over. He was hitting some like really tough shots. It looked like he wanted to maybe try and take over, and then Kawhi was like, I got this, bro. Watch out.
Yeah, Kawhi really just basically iced out everyone else on that team and was like, I fucking take every shot.
Dude. That was, oh my God. That was genuinely one of the wildest heat checks I've ever seen someone go on in any game. Like, that was ridiculous.
He has an All-Star MVP for a reason. The dude has had a performance like that before.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think if they would have won.
What do you think? Last point before I guess we can move on. What did you think of the jerseys?
Oh, I thought they were great. I really liked them.
I thought they were like the old like Olympic style, right?
Yeah. I was looking at them like, oh, this is not like bad inspiration for like the Olympic jersey.
I like them. Yeah. Josie, you like them?
Yeah, I thought they were pretty cool. The stars and the stripes is kind of a unique way, I guess.
Yeah,
those
creative.
Combine them next time and then just have Team World be something like more than the white jersey, I guess. I don't know.
Fair enough.
I think we said a lot about All-Stars.
Moving backwards though to Saturday's festivities. So 3-point contest, I feel like is pretty standard year to year. Like it's pretty much like it's a good event. We're all satisfied with it. There's not too much. What did you guys think about Dame being in it though? Because I thought it was wild when I first
It was
heard it.
wild, but he won it.
But he won. So like, how can I even be mad? Other than that, like I don't know. It's a pretty straightforward event. Like it's pretty solid. I don't, it doesn't wow me. Like I watched it, but
Well, yeah, you hit the nail on the head. It's the exact same every year. It's just dependent on who's in it. I did see next year Steph is coming back.
He's gonna bring
Clay is gonna be in it. Yeah. So
that'll be cool.
That should be fun. But
yeah,
it is what it is. It started so early. Like I was like, wait.
Yeah, that was the weird.
That was the dumbest thing.
And I would consider myself to be one of the more clueless people out there. I'm a little bit oblivious to things at times, but I was not the only one. It felt like everybody had no idea that it was starting in the middle of the day. It was like 2 p.m. local time because it was in LA. Like that was really weird. I know like the Olympics and all that stuff, but like why not just pass it off? Like why didn't we just have it on ESPN then? If we had to like kick it to NBC for the Olympics at 8 Eastern time, why didn't that was weird to me for sure. Because no one else seemed to know about it. Like I didn't see a single piece of media talking about, oh, by the way, All-Star game is earlier this year. It's at 5 p.m. East Coast time. So that was a little bit weird. I was definitely late to the festivities for sure. But other than that, like 3-point contest was pretty solid. The dunk contest, it was okay. I just think I'm not. This is not
okay. It's generous.
Yeah, like this is not.
I think honestly,
unique
like
take,
literally, I don't usually get like annoyed or mad. Like I don't want to talk about the dunk contest anymore. Like there is no like we should just stop.
Yeah, and what I was gonna say is like it's not a unique take, but I just think we've run out of dunks. Like there's not much that these NBA players can do. Like if you want to bring out the professional dunkers, the Jordan Kilgannon, whatever his name is, and those guys maybe, but then it's not an NBA dunk contest, obviously. So like I don't have many complaints. Like whatever the hell Jackson Hayes did, jumping, like just doing a regular like fast break dunk. I don't know what the hell that was. Other than that though, like I thought the dunks they're pretty creative. Like they're pretty impressive feats of athleticism at the end of the day. I like that Keshad Johnson was out there dancing like a fool the whole time. Like it made it more fun or whatever. But there's just I just think there's not much left as far as the creativity comes to these dunks. Like there's just so much that you can do at this point. Pretty much seen it all. So the only way to get any sort of interest is just bringing stars back. So if they can get an all-star or two, that'd be great. But there's really not much else to be said, I think.
You take the cup approach, give them money. That's right. They seem to care about it. So hey,
yeah,
$1 million.
You got $1 million to spare, Mr. Silva.
Yeah. Come on now.
Absolutely. So that's really the only I think discussion I have there. I don't want.
Okay.
Too much.
Well, let's see if there's 4 guys you could pick though to do it next year. If stars were going to do it, who would you pick? Who's your dream dunk contest right now?
VJ Edgecombe, Anthony Edwards, Zion, and
that's a really good 3.
It's fire so far. Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't mind if Ja did it. I feel like I haven't seen him dunk in like.
No, I don't want Ja to do it for Ja's health too.
Trying to think of some creative.
Wemby would be crazy. You could do something
bring back like Derrick Jones Jr. or something. I don't know.
No, give me like. Actually, Zach LaVine hates basketball now because he's been banished to the realm of Sacramento.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if Aaron Gordon has that kind of juice.
Bring me Obi Toppin back.
Okay, I wouldn't mind Obi Toppin.
I think that'd be a good.
Please don't dunk in Tim's again. But other than that,
why?
Try something else out. But yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I think out of the 4, just like 2 notable names, just 2 guys that the casual fan has heard of. That's enough.
And then Lacombe Daddy.
Yeah, sure. I don't care who the other 2 guys are. Just give me some sort of headliner name.
J Huff.
And then as far as like I don't know, I'll be honest, I didn't watch any of the Friday festivities. I could not care less about the celebrity game, Rising Stars.
You didn't care about Drewski shooting threes?
No, I didn't. I didn't care about Shams going over 4 or whatever he did. And then once Cooper Flag was listed as out, I didn't really care about the Rising Stars either, to be honest.
Did you see the gimmick that Shams was doing where he was checking his phone on the sidelines every 2 seconds, acting like he was getting reports?
And then what was it, KD that called him out for it, right?
KD called him out? Yeah. Like, yeah, you did. Before.
Which, speaking of KD, we had some pretty notable moves drop. Now, we don't know officially, these are all alleged, these are all allegations going on here, but it was discovered that, I guess you call it sort of a burner account that was linked to one Kevin Durant. Some interesting messages that he sent in there. Now I don't know exactly where you guys want to get started here. There was a ton going on, a lot of talk of KD allegedly talking about his teammates as well as other players across the association. And as we know about KD, he had something to say. He had something on his mind that he wanted to share. So I don't know what stood out to you guys the most. I don't know exactly where to even jump in here because There's a lot about his teammates, about former teammates, other players across the league. There was a lot, all alleged. We don't know for sure if it's KD, but the stars seem to be aligning.
But it happens to be that the same picture of an eagle was posted by his actual account, and then that same picture of the eagle is the header of the burner that happened to be made within the same month of the same year. I don't know, maybe a coincidence that you put a random picture for your burner account header and it happens to be a picture that's already in your phone.
And he is also in the messages, in the screenshots of these messages, he's talking in first person as if he is Kevin Durant. So, like, he's not exactly trying to hide it either.
And following the same people as Kevin Durant.
Right. So all the stars align. But I don't know, what stood out to you guys as the most wild of all the statements he made? Because I have one in mind here, but I don't know if there's something maybe.
Well, I mean, it's not one particular, but just all the stuff he was saying about his teammates, if it's true, like talking about Alperen Şengün being the worst defender like in the league or whatever. I don't remember what it was word for word. And then he called Jabari Smith, the R word, and said that he doesn't know how to shoot or play any defense, and that it's not his fault that nobody else on the team can score. It's not a good look. It's just bad. And then he was talking crap about, Devin Booker. He's talking crap about his teammates on the Suns. He said something about CP3 is shit. I think that's what he said. Like,
oh my God, he said that too?
Really?
What is it? Hold on, maybe it wasn't that.
Yeah, I know he said,
it's such a mess. I have it all, and like I don't lose. Well, what he said about Jabari, he says, I can't trust Jabari to make a fucking shot or get a stop. Just don't give him a tech free throw, TBH. He's low key an Atari. I should have sent you guys the Incredibles meme of what the hell's his name? Syndrome. Syndrome. Yeah. Just looking up at Mr. Incredible ripping the poster off, just like Jabari Smith hearing his childhood idol saying he's Atari and can't shoot or play defense.
He also said Şengün doesn't play defense.
Yeah, no, he said like Şengün's one of the worst defenders in the league or whatever.
The crazy part, I don't like. Obviously, you can't be saying shit like this even on a burner account, but. Do we disagree with the general sentiment of what he had going on? Like, I mean,
well, no, he's just like a Twitter user online, though, saying stuff. I mean,
no, I know. The issue is the fact that he said it, but the message itself is not, it's not far off base. Like,
and he said, dude, he called Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, or Devin Booker and someone. He called them Stalin and
Frank Vogel.
He said
he called Vogel and Booker Stalin and Kim Jong Un. He said they were like. Like, oh my God, man.
Yeah, that's crazy work. That just goes to show how much time KD spends on Twitter for him to like feel comfortable saying something like that.
Well,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
That is a very like Twitter user thing to say.
Yeah, he's saying exactly stuff I see from like Paulo Banchero Muse on Twitter. Stuff like that.
Exactly. I think the craziest one to me though was him calling out Trae Young. He said something about like he could shoot from the logo, but he can't shoot a mint. His breath stinks or something.
Someone said that one's fake, but he said someone to get that guy some breath mints or whatever before the game, saying that his breath reeks. It's just like the most random thing ever to like go off about. But I guess
I have a different one. He called Westbrook cocaine triple double cocaine bear is what he said.
I forgot that too.
Oh, jeez, I didn't see that one either. Oh my God, yeah.
But that's also accurate to your point, Dion.
Yeah, he was letting him fly, man. And I just don't know, like, part of me, because like you were saying before, Nate, like he was frantically checking his phone in between the All-Star games on Sunday, but part of me thinks KD doesn't fucking care. Like he knew the risk he was running. We've been down this path before.
Obviously he didn't care. We know he doesn't care. He's just now he's gonna care with the backlash. He's gonna care that people are gonna harass him because he doesn't like to be harassed.
See, I think he kind of loves it. I don't know. Like
I think he likes being the villain. I don't really know if he likes being harassed, or else he wouldn't go out of his way to respond to all these people. He's clearly bothered by it at points.
Yeah, I guess so. But he knows, he understands the territory he's walking.
He loves being bothered by it is what it is. And
he like has an addiction to like combating people. He's like the toxic girlfriend or like the toxic girl that you are told to stay far away from, and she just always wants to start drama.
But she just got that silky mid-range jumper from 7.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. So this is what he said about Alpi. He said, "Coach called that play to pass to Alpi Law. I'm gonna turn the ball over with this shitty ass team. I don't give a fuck. Your franchise player can't shoot or defend. That's way bigger issue than my turnovers. Remember, these guys are your future." He basically said that the Rockets' future is bleak and that all of their young players aren't actually any good. How do you feel about that? If you're the front office of the Rockets, you read that, and now you're looking at your whole roster that you sold pieces to go in on KD to try to win a championship for, and now he's telling you that the supporting cast isn't good enough and that he thinks they're shitty. So that means that his mentality is probably not, we're going and winning a championship this year, which I'm pretty sure is what the whole Rockets organization is thinking that they were going to do.
Yeah, but I think it comes at a very interesting time in the season where I'm pretty much ready to write them off as far as this season goes, being a title contender.
This is the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, probably. But with Steven Adams going down, I think that was kind of the final nail for me, because that level of offensive rebounding that he provided for them, I think was like the only thing that kept him just good enough offensively to where I'm like, okay, like maybe you could edge out a couple playoff series. They feel more like a first round exit to me at this point with how many teams are at the top of the West. Like I'm all good on them. They might be a 4 seed or something, but yeah, I don't really think they have much of a chance to make much of a run.
Well, I don't know if they're first round exit necessarily, but I think they're definitely
not necessarily. Yeah, it'll
because right now they'd be up 4-5 matchup with the Lakers. I'm taking the Rockets in that
fair
series.
Enough. Yeah, I would do that as well. But
that would be.
I'm just kind of out on them as a contender at this point, and this just makes it that much worse. But I'm thinking like long term, like does this lead to like them choosing between KD and Jabari Smith or something of that nature? Or do you think this, like, do you guys
do you want $1 million or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? No, I'm just kidding. That's not really a great
yeah, Jabari's, come on now. But like, do you guys see there being long-term repercussions here, or does this just kind of blow over and we head into next season and Fred VanVleet comes back and Steven Adams comes back and we're all hunky-dory?
I don't think anything happens unless they can actually prove that KD really was this burner. I think he's just going to deny it, and that's what they're going to go along with, is that if KD goes and tells everyone on the team in the front office that it's not him, then I guess they're
but they don't necessarily have to believe him. Do you think?
The chemistry could totally like just go downhill. They could just stop trusting him. This could be like a D'Angelo Russell situation with the Lakers, where they Lou Williams passes 20 something times or whatever. He passed like a certain amount of times. 0 of his passes were to D'Angelo Russell. Like it could genuinely be a point where we see the court like Alperen Şengün's passing, getting double teamed, looking for a pass. KD's right there in the corner. He's like, "Yo, Alpy, pass me the goddamn ball." And he's like, "Huh, what? I don't see you. Is someone talking to me?" And he just whips the pass like to the other corner and probably goes out of bounds and hits Ime Udoka in the head.
Sounds like something I've seen happen before.
At this point, by the way, I'm never going to call him Ime. It's actually programmed in my brain. I just can't call him. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't really know why that trips you up. Doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, but whatever.
I didn't get corrected on it until like a while in.
Well, I have an equally embarrassing one. You guys know Donovan Mitchell's like Instagram handle?
Spadad Mitchell.
Yeah, I've been saying Spadad Mitchell for, or even just like Spida. Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
sorry, Ime. I'll try to do better.
Yeah. Well, anyway, though, I mean, I think long term, this could be detrimental, but I was already kind of out on them for the season. So,
what happens if that burner count was actually Josie pretending to be Kevin Durant?
What if it was actually?
Oh wait,
part of my plan.
Josie, wait, confirm this for me because I saw this, but I didn't fully read it. So, do we know someone that was in that group chat?
So no, well, we know someone who went back and forth with Kevin Durant. His name is Pranav. He was in Talking Hoops before.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of like arguing with him about some political thing, and then underneath that is where this thread kind of came out, and so indirectly involved. But crazy.
So Pranav is in the KD files.
Yes, he is.
No, the KD files only like the recent stuff with the Get Off My Dickerson, the Get Off My Dickerson account.
I got you.
Like, does that not sound like such a KD name too?
Yeah,
like,
honestly,
Get Off My Dickerson.
Job. Yeah, trying to.
And his @ is Get Higher
77. Yeah. Nah, he ain't.
His whole shit is.
What NBA player is known for smoking a lot of weed? I wonder.
Number 7. No, it's actually Luka Doncic, number 77.
Yeah, it's Luka.
Oh.
Could you imagine Luka with a burner?
I think there'd be some other issues if that was Luka, because I don't think he can say some of the words that are in there.
That's a good point. Fair enough.
Yeah, you can't say the R word. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
But that's kind of all the thoughts I had there. We'll see what else might transpire.
Those are all the thoughts you have in your head? You have no thoughts?
Yeah, no, I'm actually... All right, cool. So next thing I wanted to get to talk about on today's episode. So obviously trade deadline has come and gone. And so that leaves just one remaining avenue for teams to make some roster acquisitions, and that is the buyout market. So I forget exactly what the deadline is. I want to say it's March 1st that a player needs to join a new roster to be playoff eligible. But there's a list of guys that I have here, one of them being already someone that is a free agent, has been bought out. But then a list of other potential candidates for buyout guys.
Who is
now historically... buyout guys don't tend to have a huge impact on playoff races, but from time to time, there's definitely been a couple of late season additions that have helped some playoff teams out. So I'm just going to throw a bunch of names at you guys, and you guys tell me, for one, if you think that, they're actually worth anything as far as a playoff team's rotation goes. And then if so, maybe we'll talk about some potential fits. So starting with the one guy who he has been bought out. He's currently a free agent. It is Alonzo Ball. Obviously was dumped from Cleveland because of the poor season he was having. But is there any reason to think that he's still got a little bit of juice left in the tank to help out a good team?
Dude.
I'd like to think so, but I have a hard time.
That jumper is so broken at this point that I don't know if there's any. He cannot score the basketball. Like, he is genuinely probably, if you talk who is the worst scorer in the NBA or that played in the NBA this season, I think I'd go with Lonzo Ball. Is that like Josie? Am I wrong?
Yeah. He's terrible. I got to see him in person a lot this year, and yeah, it was abysmal. One of the worst players on the floor every game.
Cavs fans wanted anybody to take his minutes. There was anybody that could walk that had 4 functioning limbs.
And I
don't have a great case to make. I just like to, leave myself a little bit.
Of Charlotte. Honestly, I want to see him in Charlotte. So just to see Lonzo and LaMelo on the same team, and if he sucks, you don't really play him.
That's fair. Yeah, if they have an open roster spot, I don't think why not. Yeah. Other than that, though, yeah, probably not. I mean, he is a free agent right now for a reason. Another guy, Matisse Thybulle of the Blazers. He's on an expiring $11 million deal. Has dealt with a lot of injuries since getting to Portland. Like, his time there has not been very fruitful, but I still think he could be a useful player. Like, there's definitely someone out there that could just use an extra wing defender. He's played 4 games.
You know who he'd be? They just need defenders. The Lakers.
Yeah, that's the team that came to mind for me.
Yeah,
I think he could definitely go get 12, 13 minutes a game for them.
He's already the Lakers signed him. He's instantly the best perimeter defender on the team. Like, probably even more so than Marcus Smart at this point. Yeah,
and as far as like the spacing goes, like, obviously he's not a reliable offensive player, but I think that he's kind of turned around from being like an absolute zero at the beginning of his career. Like, I would trust him to hit a couple of threes from Luka. You know what I mean?
He can hit an open three that if Luka finds him in the corner, he can knock it down. Luka is one of the best players in the league at finding the corner, so I think you'll get Thybulle a fair amount of open looks there, and he can guard up too. So he's not a guy that's just strictly going to stop the smaller guys. Like, you can go stick him on a guy in the post, and he's really good at blocking shots. So I think that'd be a really
huge wingspan.
I think that's probably the best guy that the Lakers could probably get out of all the potential guys we're going to talk about. And they need someone bad if they want any chance of even making it out of the first round.
Mm-hmm. I think another team for Matisse could actually be Denver. I could see him being a spot defense guy for them in the first round, that kind of a role. And like you said, Jokic getting all the gravity, he could dish it out to Matisse on the corner, be okay.
Yeah, I like that. They could definitely use a perimeter defender too. I would not hate that at all for them, for sure.
Yeah, I think one of those two teams would be annoyed that the other team got him if he gets bought out.
There you go.
So, yeah. And then for the Blazers, he's not playing. So
are you gonna mention another Blazer here or no?
Did you mean Robert Williams?
Yeah, I thought there's a chance that they could buy him out, and he'd be probably
I think he's actually
guy.
Been too good. I think that he's actually been too solid to be like, we're just gonna give up on him.
Yeah, I probably feel the same. I just didn't know if there's any world where they would, just because.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna mention him. Next guy I had on my list was Slow-Mo himself, who ended up back in Memphis. He's played 3 games for them so far since getting there.
And they said
obviously, I mean, at 32 years old, he's not part of Memphis. They're completely resetting this thing. So I don't really see any need to stick around for him. I mean, obviously I wouldn't call him a Memphis legend, but obviously he's been there before. So maybe they keep him around for the vibes. But I think if he wants to end up on a playoff team, I think there could be a world where a team adds him to the rotation.
It was funny because the Jazz had him and they played him once the whole season. He had 8.
Yeah, and they immediately shut him down.
And they was nope, you're not playing anymore.
No. Enough of that.
I think he could be a really good depth guy depending on the team. He's really fit dependent, where if a team can slow it down a little, he cannot play with a fast team.
No.
Much as I'm not really trying to just obviously his name is Slow-Mo and whatnot, but if you can play with a team that can slow it down where he doesn't have to play with pace and he can, be that 3 or a 4, he's a really solid passer. He plays a little bit of post defense. He can rebound the ball a little bit. He does a little bit of everything. He's kind of like one of those glue guys. I think, maybe a team like Minnesota, if they could get him back, I think wouldn't be the worst place for him to go.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Even my hometown, Cleveland, I think could use a guy like him.
I agree. I think any team that could use some wing depth or forward depth, Kyle Anderson wouldn't be a bad guy because, again, if he's not good, you just don't play him, but he has contributed to solid teams before.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably one of the better names on here. What are the more high-profile names on here? Obviously, not so much left in the tank, but I think Chris Middleton of the Mavericks these days, I could definitely see him getting bought out. Now, the interesting thing about him, because his salary is so high, there are a couple teams that are like prohibited from signing him. So I think like the Knicks, Warriors, and Cavs would be the three teams that can't sign guys like above us, above the MLE, so above like 14 mil or so. So he would only be eligible to go to those other 26 teams. But do you think there's anything left in the tank for Cash Money Mitch? Cash Money Chris?
The fuck?
Shout out Mr. Sider. Sorry.
Maybe on the Magic is the only thing, like just somewhere it's really not going well. Like
Someone that can shoot the ball and consistently make space for themselves. He actually had a few good games, I think, on the Mavericks to start his Dallas tenure.
Did he?
I could be wrong. I thought
he
really.
I mean, played 22 minutes in his debut, went 2 for 5, a smooth 13 points. Not a bad game, but then he went 3 for 11 against the Lakers in a 20 loss. So
okay, never mind.
I'm gonna say not so much on that.
Maybe towards the end of his Wizards tenure, he was having a decent.
Well, his last Wizards game was against your Knicks. He went 5 for 11 for 12 points. I mean, not a horrible game. 2 for 4 from 3.
I mean, I'm still confident in him being a guy that can give you like 10 points off the bench for a team that's still trying to compete. Where I don't want Chris Middleton playing 25 minutes a game, but I think in a minimum role where he's playing 15, 18 minutes a night, I think he still has something left to where he can contribute. Like he should be sought out by teams that need some scoring if he does end up getting bought out. Can Boston sign him?
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
That would be pretty funny. That would actually be pretty funny because he was obviously a Celtics killer during his Bucks tenure.
Because I don't really want to rely on Sam Hauser as my lone wing off the bench in the playoffs, and I think having a guy like Chris Middleton, who's
it's Sam Hauser and then one giant question mark in the form of Ugo Gonzalez, Jordan Walsh, Yeah, so I wouldn't be mad at it. I certainly wouldn't be mad if the Celtics picked him up. Yeah, I mean, why not? Yeah, because they could definitely use, especially with the departure of Simons, like there is a void when it comes to ball handlers. So just to get someone else out there, someone with great playoff experience, yeah, I don't hate it. He is a ripe 34 years old though, so I think this could be
that's
also
like
could be the end of the road.
He's won a chip.
Would you say?
Sorry?
I think it's always good to add a guy who's won a ring.
Yeah, doesn't hurt. Yeah, I mean, with all of these guys, ultimately, like you said, like if they're not good, just don't play them. Like it's not really a big deal. So if he does have some left in the tank, I think that is definitely a type of player that can kind of like.
If he goes to Milwaukee, I'm gonna burn something.
Oh God, that would be. Why would he do that? Why would he?
I don't know. Why would a lot of people?
There's no way he likes Giannis that much. I don't know.
I like you that much.
I wouldn't do advise.
I like you that much.
But anyway, next one on the list, maybe even a more high-profile name. I'm gonna throw kind of a wild card at you guys. What about Russell Westbrook of the Sacramento Kings? They obviously signed him.
They'd be so stupid to buy him out.
They did not sign him with the intention of being the worst team in the league, but they are in fact the worst team in the league. So is it time to just cut ties and see who else you might be able to latch onto?
He's probably the only reason people watch any of their games anymore or go to any of their games.
You know what?
There's the season.
That's a fair point because the Russell Westbrook hive does still attract.
I'm the last person to argue that shit, and I'm gonna argue it here because I think that they're in such a bad spot. There's no one else in their roster that I like enough. Like Nick Clifford's had some good games. Devin Carter, I'm just like I think if he's gonna be good, it's not gonna be with Sacramento. But yeah, I think Westbrook actually provides some value to their younger guys too, and just being. As crazy as it is, he's probably the steadiest thing that they have going right now.
And they can still lose a lot with him.
Yeah, they can. He's a great tank commander.
Yeah,
fair enough. Yeah,
I think you want him the rest of the season to try to get you that number one pick.
That is a sad reality to come to, though. Is like, yeah, we can't cut Russell Westbrook because he's the only reason why people watch our games. Like we would like. That's so sad, man. How did they just get right back to Kang's territory?
Zach
it was looking so good.
Like,
it was looking so promising for like 2 years there, and then it just came crashing.
A year
and a half.
They regressed immediately after. They went from the 3 seed to losing in the play-in.
Well, no, they still had the same record the next year. It's just they were a lower seed.
Yeah, I know, but like still, that's like
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Came up real quick, came right crashing back down. I don't know.
And the record was the same, but the stats weren't the same. You could clearly tell they weren't the same team.
Yeah, but I mean, at least they were still good.
Mike Brown. Still competitive. And then my franchise was cursed with Michael Brown.
Yeah, well, that's your own issue to deal with. But yeah. So okay, I guess Russell Westbrook sticks around. What about Kelly Olynyk of the Spurs? He has not played as much as I would have anticipated. Shout out to Luke Cornett. It feels like they just don't really need him in the rotation, and I still feel like he's a solid player that could contribute on a good team. He's only played 30 games this year. He's playing 9.5 minutes a game, so they're not exactly relying on him. And I still think even at 34, soon to be 35, holy shit, he's 35. Dang.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
jeez.
Wow. But yeah, I mean, I still feel like there's reason to believe that he could be a backup big man for a decent team. Someone that needs someone to space the floor a little bit. What do you guys think?
Well, who would the Spurs be adding in this situation to justify just sending him out for nothing?
Yeah,
'Cause,
he's
you
good
know,
insurance.
Somebody else would get him too, so it's like giving a rival team.
Yeah, I guess when you're a team as good as the Spurs, maybe you don't want to just like let guys go for no reason. That's fair.
I also don't think like there's no reason for the Spurs to just be like bye.
Yeah, the only justification would be because when you do buy a guy out, depending on
Because let's say Cornette gets hurt, then what do you do?
fair. Good point. Okay. Because they also got rid of Sohan too. That was like a small ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Yeah. So they'll probably keep him. But I think the only justification would be, well, yeah, they're not even really like a luxury tax team either. Because when you buy someone out, like depending on the agreement you come to, it could like lower your salary bill. So
Well, good.
True.
But yeah, no, he probably sticks around. He probably good depth. Okay, fair enough. All right. What about D'Angelo Russell of the Washington Wizards? Forgot that he was even on the.
I
Wizards.
just
had to look
completely
that up.
forgot that too.
Yeah, I had to look that up, but I don't
But
think
He's
He's
gonna
gonna
get bought out
Clippers?
probably.
Yeah, I think he gets bought out because I definitely
Will
don't
he
think he's
get
gonna play for-
signed? That is the question.
That is my question that I'm posing to you guys. So obviously
would
not
say
having a
if-
great season.
I would
Um,
avoid him like the plague.
What about you, Josie?
The only team I could see is like the Clippers if they want to try something. Like,
If they want
I
to
don't know
throw
what they
gasoline on a
really-
dumpster fire.
I mean, why not? Like, doesn't really matter which direction this thing goes at this point for them. So.
No, I think the Clippers took some steps ahead. I don't want to see D'Angelo Russell anywhere near that team. I'll be completely honest. I'm very against
I'm
that.
just talking about for this season only. Obviously,
Yeah,
he's not
no.
continuing with them.
Josie's trying to find a way to get OKC a better pick.
No. Yeah,
trying to up the
he's trying to
Clippers
work
odds.
he's trying to spread propaganda that's going to benefit the Thunder's draft.
He just
capital.
feels like a Clipper. Like something about him just. Says
Honestly,
they'd
yeah,
be
I don't hate
interested
that,
in
but
him.
then I'm like, well, they just traded for Darius Garland and Ben Mathurin. Why would they? add
What?
D'Angelo
Please
Russell?
tell me what team out there gets better from adding D'Angelo Russell. Like there isn't one.
The Kings, maybe.
Guangdong Tigers.
Actually, the Kings might
Mm.
not be the worst. He could probably be a better-ish version of Westbrook, where he's just chucking and averaging 17 a game on awful efficiency.
I actually hate that. Give me Westbrook every
Yeah,
every
that's
second
how
of
you
every
Westbrook.
day.
At least
Nah.
Westbrook's like a good teammate, and like people like him.
Yeah, there's not too many teams that really need a point guard at this point.
Oh,
A ball
I forgot.
dominant.
The Celtics got rid of Anthony Simons. They got to bring in D'Angelo Russell. That's the cure.
Bro, stop.
Please
No.
do this. Please for Dion. Please make this happen.
See,
Brad
this is
Stevens.
one of my favorite parts, actually. Believe it or not, about being a Celtics fan, is that I can feel confident that Brad Stevens / Joe Mazzulla would never do something along these lines, and I can just like sleep well at night knowing that like I won't just see them add a random name like that. Like there are certain names across the NBA that I think that like us collectively understand that like yeah, their 2K overall might be this, but like we know they are not meant to be on winning teams. The Celtics are really good about not adding those guys. Like I knew the Celtics season was done that year when they signed Jeff Teague and Tristan Thompson to fill out the roster. I was like, okay, yeah,
That was
we're cooked.
literally
We're-
all
like,
the
we're
Knicks used to do, man.
I know. And look at the success that they had in that time. So I'm just very, very glad and appreciative that the Celtics operate like a smart ball-knowing franchise and they don't make moves like that.
I think honestly, our three favorite teams all have like three of the best front offices in the NBA at the moment. So
Fair to say, yeah. So we're blessed. We're blessed. And I had one more name for you guys. This is another one that kind of similar to Olenek, probably wouldn't make sense, but Yusuf Nurkic of the Utah Jazz. He has had quite the resurgence, I would say, in the last month or two. And it's starting to make me think, like, well, why couldn't he contribute on a playoff team? Like, he's got his limitations, don't get me
is
wrong.
he
but-
expiring?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
then that makes sense why they would maybe buy him out.
Yeah, but honestly, I
Um,
think he's playing so well that they might want to bring him back as the backup center to be the backup to Kessler next year. Like, he's looks pretty good again. Like, he just
Is
looks
he
like
gonna
he's
want to be a
more-
backup after this?
Well, I don't think he's getting any starting jobs in any meaningful teams, so I guess it depends. But
On any meaningful teams, I don't think Yusuf Nurkic is just playing for a championship. I think
Yeah, but I
Yusuf
think-
Nurkic
I think-
likes money.
yeah, maybe. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. He's giving him any crazy money.
You don't think the Hornets are gonna be begging him to come back?
I don't. They might offer him something, but no, probably not. But I do think he's played well enough to where if he were to get bought out, I think a playoff team like had the Celtics not traded for Vooch, I think it would have made sense to pick him up.
What team do you like for Yusuf Nurkic?
I don't know what I like,
Yusuf.
Is he a horrible Şengün backup? Is that too much of the same?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That was my first thought, but
I don't like that at all. I don't want KD and Yusuf Nurkic on a
that's
team.
yeah. We know how KD
together.
feels
Why
about
would you
Şengün.
ever
We talked about
suggest
that. So yeah, maybe yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Nurkic did play with KD on the Suns. I forgot.
They hated each other.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah. No. Yeah. 86. That one. Yeah. Forget about that.
Let's put two of the guys who hate each other the most again on the same team after they blew up in their face last year.
That it went so poorly. I've blacked that out of my memory. I forgot Nurkic for a second. On the team.
No one will remember Kevin Durant.
Like Minnesota, I wouldn't hate him. And actually, I don't know because
there's not enough minutes there. That wouldn't make sense. I don't honestly. We talked to Nick about Ayton, and he seemed to be like pretty content with the way that he's been playing for the Lakers. I'm done with him, bro. I'm all set on DeAndre Ayton. I'll take anybody else. That's where I'm at. Like. Keep Jackson Hayes around at this point.
I don't understand how you look at the Lakers though and go like DeAndre Ayton. Yep, that's the issue. That's the problem.
No, there's bigger fish. There's bigger fish to fry. But if we're talking,
I don't think you're making any difference from your. Yeah, I also am not convinced that this stretch from Nurkic is real.
That's fair. That's the point.
If you put him under any amount of scrutiny, he is folding it immediately.
He's not good when there's pressure.
Yeah, it would have to be a situation where the spotlight is not really.
He gets really heated and really like you can get in his head easily. Like,
would he make any sense on the Warriors? I mean, they desperately need a 7-footer.
I mean, they need a starter.
So they're so like immune to having a 7-footer on the team. So I don't really know.
I mean, they have one. He's just never gonna play.
Or even what about as an Embiid backup? A little Embiid insurance. That kind of makes sense.
I think they like Drummond.
Well,
it doesn't feel like a big improvement.
Yeah, I don't think you're making it's like such a marginal move that there's just no reason, especially.
Well, about the buyout market, so you're not swinging. For
I know it's about like winning the margins, but like it's still. I don't think that like you're talking about teams who already have centers. I think if you're talking about a team that maybe like the Chicago Bears,
what
the Bears could use,
or the Cowboys.
Cowboys could use a center, yeah, that's true.
I don't actually know if either of those teams do need a center.
I know the Cowboys center is decent. He's fine. He's whatever.
The Patriots
could use some.
The Patriots need a left tackle.
Yeah, they need a lot. They need a lot of help on the O-line. But anyway, back to basketball.
I think
that's kind of all I had.
Nurkic is a guy who's just probably not going to get bought out. I don't think.
Who?
I don't think Nurkic is getting bought out.
Oh, Nurkic, gotcha. Anyone else that comes to mind for you guys as potential buyout candidates?
I mean, like Sohan obviously got bought out. I like that move for. Jesus Christ, I'm tired. So I like that move for the Knicks. I think that was a really low risk, potentially decently high reward move. And you get a 22-year-old who just kind of fell out of the rotation on a stacked young team. And
nice that you got him for free. I think you had felt differently when it was reported they were going to trade for him.
Yeah, I didn't want to be a trade, but if they were going to go and sign him for free, like I have no issue with that.
Might as well.
I'm trying to think of like other teams, like the Nets. Do the Nets have any guys that they're probably going to buy out? Like I don't. Maybe Terrence Mann. Like, is anyone?
He's got Terrence.
Oh yeah, no, he does. Yeah, I don't know how they got off of that contract. I forgot that they were able to do that.
Yeah. One of the contracts of all time, 4-year deal for Terrence Mann. But yeah, I don't know. I scanned through the league. That was kind of all I found. I just didn't know if there's any names that popped up for you guys.
Terry Rozier. Is he available? He already signed, didn't he? No, he didn't.
Yeah, no, I think that one's gonna stay put as is. Yeah. What are actually, Josie? I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on the early returns of Ousmane Dieng in Milwaukee?
Jeez, man, he's been killing it so far. He destroyed the Thunder head to head. He had like 4 blocks in that game. He was kind of everywhere. It was a little upsetting, but I'm happy to have McCain. So, hey, I hope he does well. There's going to be many good players that come off this team.
He did have 2 really good games.
Yeah, he's been playing really well for the Bucks. I'm curious to see. Like, I will be monitoring OKC's 12th through 15th men as they depart. But okay, last thing before we get out of here for today. So, bringing back a segment that I've kind of abandoned for a little while now. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of catching up. But for those that have been listening all season long, you may remember the chopping block, where we each episode eliminated some teams from playoff contention, with the idea that by the time the playoffs start, we'll be left with 4 teams. Hopefully predicting the conference finals matchups. So if memory serves, I'm pretty sure we've eliminated the Nets, the Wizards, the Pacers, and the Kings thus far. So we'll definitely have to do some catching up to get to, the final remaining 4 teams when the playoff starts, hopefully predicting the conference finals matchups. So we'll do 4 today, get us to 8, and then I'll do the math in order to catch us up for the next episode.
So Is that something you're capable of doing?
Only time will tell, but I'm gonna do my best for you. I promise you, Nate. So I think it'll be pretty easy for us today, just because we're at a point now in the season where some teams have already picked a direction for us. We don't even really have to have much discussion about it. So if we're gonna go with 4, I think there's definitely a few Western Conference teams we gotta. I think honestly, like there's 2 easy ones, and then it's just a matter of what next 2 teams we want to go with. But there's definitely more than 4 candidates for this. But I'll just start off by saying we can kind of even out the East and the West. Definitely get rid of the Pelicans and the Jazz. They're cooked. Jazz intentionally so, but I think those 2 are easy ones. And then it's really just like your pick of lottery teams beyond that. But if you guys had to pick, I'll let you guys each kind of go for one because I just stole the first 2. Just teams that you just think there's no hope, not even with a late season turnaround. There's no hope with them getting to even the second round of the conference finals, nothing like that.
So we have 3 from each conference gone, right? The bottom 3 from each conference are officially gone?
Correct.
All right, Josie, you want to pick West and I'll pick the East team?
The East, I feel like, is easier, but yeah, it's fine.
Actually, okay. We'll all do it together through the power of friendship.
Yeah.
Josie, I nominate the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, absolutely. They're the one I was looking at as well.
Really?
Yeah,
you guys are quicker to go Bucks than Bulls?
Yeah,
I guess because of the slight possibility that Giannis could come back, I guess we should probably go Bulls first.
Yeah, like there's at least like an unrealistic path I can cook up. Where like, okay, Cam Thomas.
Yeah, there is
like
no path. Yeah, okay.
Giannis gets
Yes,
healthy,
I
they
agree.
sneak
I would
in,
agree.
that kind of thing.
I would tend to agree, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so I think the Bulls are nosediving right now. I know I said the Bucks were nosediving.
Yeah, they're 1-9.
What if these are just the 2 teams? Because I honestly don't see a world where either of them make it.
No,
I know
me either,
Giannis can
but I
come
can
back,
at least look at the scenario. I would go.
You know who I actually want to get rid of next?
Who's that?
The Mavs. I think they're
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
They're on a 9-game
true.
losing streak. They're very clearly tanking now that they've traded AD. Cooper Flag will probably be held out for like extended time. They'll probably milk that one for a little bit, which is unfortunate. But
You're gonna milk Cooper Flag?
But is he not? Is he gonna be in danger of Rookie of the Year type shit?
that's a good point. I don't think there is a 65-game rule for the rookies.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But I mean, it's close enough with Khan where like, yeah, he's gonna have to come back if he wants to like earn the Rookie of the Year. It's not just like his to lose. I would say it's been that close. So I think some people even like Zach Lowe the other day said on not NBA TV, whatever the pregame show was, but he was saying that I got Khan by this much. So yeah, if Cooper Flag continues to miss time, like it's gonna make it pretty easy for voters, I would say. So
the thing is, if Khan does go ahead and become the first rookie ever to lead the league in threes made, that's going to be a big storyline pushing his way.
For sure. But I think the powers that be are much more interested in Cooper winning it, so they're going to.
No, yes. Well. But I think at the same time, like if that's why it's like Cooper has this going for him, like the whole industry and everything behind him, and all the sports books and everything.
Very
and then you have, huh?
Very 03-04-ish.
Yeah, no, this is so much similar to like the Melo and
yeah.
Except for again, dude, if Khan makes the playoffs and Cooper gets it, I'm gonna be mad.
Hey, I mean, we'll see how it all shakes out. I think it's very, very close right now. Cooper is the better player in my eyes, but how the totality of the stats add up,
their stats are so similar, and if Khan does end up being his team like better by 10, 15 wins, that's a lot.
That is a lot. I mean, as of right now, we are looking at a 7.5 game difference.
Yeah, and at the way that both teams are going with,
they're moving in opposite directions right now.
They're moving exactly complete opposite ends of the spectrum right now in terms of where they're trending.
So I would say, I mean, I think definitely the Bulls, and then I would probably go Mavericks. Although, they're in a nosedive.
I think Bulls and Mavericks.
I think the Grizzlies are a worse team. I would say the Grizzlies are a worse team, but the Mavs are probably the safer pick.
Yeah,
the Mavs are like more obviously tanking in my opinion.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah. Okay. All cool. Right. So Mavs and Bulls, sayonara, suckers.
Yep, they are crossed off the list. So again, I'll have to do the math on how many weeks we have left in the season and how many we need to eliminate each week. Hopefully, we just do 2 a week moving forward. But I will be bringing these back for the Monday episodes. I promise.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Bucks. Your time is coming.
Yeah. Bucks are probably the next one, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
see what happens.
It has to be Bucks
because I do think there's a world like the Hawks don't intimidate me if I'm Milwaukee. So like, there's a world they're only a game and a half back of the Hawks. Like the Bucks can sneak in as the 10 seed, and then what's up?
Let me ask you a question really quick. Okay, I want
to wrap us up here. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is just like one interesting hypothetical. Who is the most unlikely team this season that you could see winning the championship?
Good
Like, who is the
question.
team that you think like the least of right now that you still could see going on like a
lowest
Pacers-esque run and
championship
winning a
odds
chip?
that's not 0.
The Celtics.
Yeah, I want to say the Celtics, but I don't know. It's between the Celtics, the Cavs, and then that tiny sliver of hope I'm still leaving open for the Rockets because I'm pretty much done with them. But
Are they that unlikely though? I'm talking about like maybe some like
nah. Well, if we go through it, I
some
would.
like Phoenix Suns type stuff.
No, that's
No,
never.
no,
It's
yeah.
0.
Yeah, the only teams. Okay, the only teams I'm putting in contention for this discussion: Detroit, Boston, the Knicks, the Cavs. Like the Raptors and the Sixers. No, let's be.
You just named like 3 title favorites.
Well, I'm saying no. Here are all the teams that I think could win the title. Like,
Oh,
here the list of potential candidates to answer your question. I would say the Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, and Cavs, and then the Thunder, Spurs, Nuggets, maybe Rockets and Timberwolves. I guess.
so there's no world where the Lakers win a
Yeah,
championship.
I guess I can't count out the Lakers 100%. So maybe it is the Lakers actually because they're fucking.
I was gonna
terrible.
say I think it's the Lakers.
They're not a good team. Like the fact that
They're
have a
not-
winning record is
What would have to
incredible.
happen?
The Lakers are not good, but Luka is that can carry a team that hard in the playoffs that I could see it happen. There is no one in this sport who I think can carry a team better than Luka. I will flat out say that.
I just
make a
don't
good
see
case.
them beating the Thunder.
No,
or the Spurs
I didn't
4
say I see
times.
them, but I said I see out of like one of the 1.4 million timelines or potential outcomes or whatever Doctor Strange says in
Yeah, I was
Endgame
hoping
or
you would have
Infinity
that
War.
quote down. I was relying on you to provide that quote. I figured you'd have it.
What
Yeah,
one in?
down.
I don't know. He said how many outcomes?
The message
did you
got
see?
across. We're fine.
How many outcomes did you see? 1.4 something million or
Yeah.
whatever. How many do we win? One. Like that's the one championship that the Lakers win. There are that one chance. I think that.
So I think the Lakers is the answer because it's not that crazy to think that Tatum will come back and they make a run, they make the finals, and then once you make the finals, anything.
Yeah, the Celtics one wasn't as crazy to me.
Yeah, for the Lakers
Maybe-
defensively to pull off 4 straight playoff round,
I honestly just can't see that. So
I can't. But I guess if they do end up winning a title, like of all the teams that we mentioned, like that would be probably the craziest. And the other ones, it's not gonna happen. All due respect. So good question to wrap us up there. That's an interesting one. I guess that'll do it for this episode though. Shout out to everyone for listening. Make sure you subscribe to the pod as well. Make sure you tell your friends about us. Help us grow a little bit. Check us out on all socials at 2for1 Hoops. We'll have another episode this weekend. I think we're still lining up a guest here, but we'll have something for you in the
And
one way or the other. And
make sure to go check out our latest YouTube video reacting
Yes, sir.
to NBA Facebook. Me and Dion did a fun little under 20-minute video. You go watch it while you're eating your while you're eating food because you have to watch YouTube while you're eating food. It's mandatory. You guys, I'm sure you guys are familiar with this law that is
Yes.
very much in play. But yeah, that is going to do it for this episode. I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their day.